Sparky. This is the Bull Moose C-Series last run, before she's retired for the new diesel models, and me with her. And I want to show them the Bull Moose still has it, even hauling 118 cars.
Sure, steady, Steve. But we're really tin canning it, and the 12-mile Trestle Bridge is coming up soon. Maybe ease off a bit.
Thanks and acknowledge there, Sparky. But we're good. Me and the Moose are gonna break my old record on my final run. I'll show them. Keep up the stoke.
Copy that, steady, Steve.
Jump in Jehoshaphat. We got runners on the 12-mile Trestle dead ahead. Brake hard, Sparky. Brake hard.
I got it, Captain. But it's gonna take a mile to stop the Moose now.
They ain't gonna make it. Jump, you idiots. Jump.
Okay, that's as far as I can go with the Alan and Ian story for tonight. It's bedtime, kids.
Hey, Daddy Al. We've heard the jump from the train trestle part before, but tell the whole story this time. From the beginning.
Yeah, tell the whole thing from the beginning. Mom won't be home tonight until late.
The whole story. That may take a couple hours. I'm not sure I can stay awake that long.
That's okay. We'll keep you awake. And look, I even brushed my teeth already.
And we won't tell Mom we stayed up past 8.
I don't think that matters. Somehow she always knows.
Well, we're not going to say anything. You just gotta stay awake, Daddy Al.
Well, I do love story time. You know, when I was a kid, we were so poor we didn't have books. We were so poor we lived for 3 months in a paper bag in a septic tank. We used to have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, clean the bag, eat a crust of stale bread, go to work at the mill for 14 hours, and when we got home, our dad would thrash us to sleep with his belt.
Oh, Dad, that's Monty Python again.
You're right, but we really couldn't afford bedtime books. Anyway, time's a-wasting. Let's see how far we get tonight. Now, sure you want the adventures of Alan and Ian and not Horton Hears a Who or If I Ran the Zoo. We have the whole set of Dr. Seuss books here on the shelf.
Alan and Ian! And I think you're Alan from when you were little, or you're just making them up all the time. No one else we know has ever heard of these stories, and we know you only pretend to read from a book.
No, it couldn't be me. These aren't real stories. I told you. My Uncle Bob used to tell me them, and I have no idea where he got them. Sure, not about me. Anyway, let's get going. It's almost 8 o'clock. Okay, everybody comfy? Here we go, from the beginning. The Adventures of Alan and Ian. The Trestle Rat's Treasure. Once upon a time, long, long ago in the year 1962, lived an 11-year-old boy named Alan. It was a very different time. There were no cell phones, no video games, and even television was something very new. But the popular music was very, very good.
And that was the Rivingtons folks with their smash song, Papa Mau Mau. And now a word from our newest sponsor, Bosco Chocolate Syrup. All ashore for a full cargo of Bosco and milk. Drink me hearties. We've struck treasure, chocolate-flavored Bosco. Treasure for mothers, too. Bosco is rich in iron. Tell your mom to buy some Bosco today.
Hey Mom, I want some Bosco. Can you get some Bosco today? Mom.
Jahto bedom, Bosco. Radio commercials are dornechi. Foolishness created so kids can bother their parents to buy things they don't need.
All the other kids' moms get Bosco. Just 'cause there was no Bosco in Ukraine. Don't be so old-fashioned.
I can get you what you need. A good whack on the dupa with my broom. Now get outside with you. It's Saturday morning. Now and go out and play. And don't come back until dinner time. And don't bring your friend Petey back for dinner. He will eat everything. We are having pierogies tonight.
Pierogies. Yum! I won't be bringing Petey back for dinner. For sure. I'm actually going to Ian's house. He's a new kid in my class. They live over on Bellevue Terrace in one of the mansions. And I guess Dad is working at the hotel next door all day.
Of course he is. It is the family business and how we will get ahead. Someday that hotel will be the source of our wealth in this new country, God willing. Now out you go. And remember, it's church in morning.
Okay, so Bellevue Terrace is a few more blocks towards the ravine. I wonder which mansion Ian lives in. Ah, there it is. Wow, it's the biggest mansion on the street, and there's Ian out front. Hey, Ian. Hey, numbnuts. Wow, nice place. An old mansion on Bellevue Terrace. And cool sports car, man.
Oh, hi, Alan. Yeah, my folks like these old places. The sports car belongs to my brother Joe. He just got it for his 16th birthday. It's strictly off limits for us punky kids.
So what's up with your bike?
Nothing really. I'm just taking off the fenders and the mud guards so I can go faster.
Cool, man. Good idea. And your parents don't mind?
Nah, they really don't pay a lot of attention, to be honest. My dad is either at his factory or golfing. My mom is either golfing or having a gin and tonic.
That's nice. My folks are pretty strict. My dad is almost always next door working in our hotel, and my mom's always around working on chores. My dad says he's going to take up golf someday.
Which hotel?
It's the old Franklin Hotel down by the train station.
That place. It's been there over 100 years, and I hear it's haunted.
I've not seen any ghosts yet, but I haven't gone looking. Not allowed to go in the attic or in the basement.
Then we got to go looking. Ghosts love attics and basements.
It'll have to be sometime when my folks aren't around, which is pretty much never. What about your place? Sure looks like it could be haunted.
It is. It used to be owned by a rich American guy named Earl Thomas, who started his own church, the Church of the Four Riders of the Apocalypse. Claimed he could save his followers from the coming end of the world. I guess enough people believed him, and he got pretty rich, then left because God had called him away. He left with all the money, of course, and showed up here and bought this old mansion. Anyway, they liked having big parties, and more than one guest mysteriously disappeared. Eventually, Reverend Earl disappeared as well. Left everything. Took years to sort out the property, but my folks were able to buy it from the court.
So, you seen any ghosts or anything?
Nah, we've only been here a couple of months. There's supposed to be a secret tunnel somewhere too, but I've not found it.
Like, cool, man. We gotta find it.
Yeah, sure. But we may not like what we find in old tunnels.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Where's your room?
My brother Joe and I have the whole top floor.
You guys have the whole floor. That's cool. Daddy-o.
Yeah, come on in and take a look. And check out the infinity mirror in the entrance vestibule.
Wow, it goes on forever. Cool.
Let's go to the kitchen. Now watch out for Checkers. He's our old family dog. He's 16, which is pretty old for a dog. My folks got him when Joe was born. He's pretty much just a rug now. He's even forgot how to bark. Just goes blah. Ooh!
Hey, nice kitchen.
Yeah. My folks like to entertain, and fixing up the kitchen was the first thing they did when they bought the place. You hungry? Want a chocolate milkshake?
A milkshake? Yeah, sure, but we'll have to go to the malt shop for that, and it wouldn't be open yet.
Nah, take a look. It's a real malt shop milkshake machine.
A real milkshake machine? I've only seen those in diners or drive-ins.
Well, we have one. It was my mom's idea. Now open the fridge and grab the chocolate milk. And on the freezer side, grab the big tub of chocolate ice cream.
Wow, what a fridge! And all this amazing food. And I've never had a chocolate milkshake made with chocolate ice cream and chocolate milk.
That's the only way to make a chocolate milkshake. But we're missing the most important ingredient. Open that cupboard over there.
Wow, Bosco!
Of course, how else would you make a real chocolate milkshake?
Ian, this is amazing. My mother would never buy this stuff for us. You sure it's okay with your mom? We're not allowed to have treats except for birthdays and Christmas.
It's my mom's idea. She says Bosco has iron. It's supposed to be good for kids. She doesn't even really keep track. Only rules is to clean up after and to make sure we're still hungry at dinner time.
Wow, death by chocolate.
What a way to go.
This is heaven.
Yeah, chocolate heaven.
So how do you like our teacher, Mrs. Marchetti?
She sure has big boobs.
Yeah, I'll say. I bet if she stood sideways, she couldn't get in the classroom door.
Boy, I'd love to see those boobs.
Hey, that kitchen shelf is moving. It's opening.
It's only Joe using the secret back stairway. It goes all the way up to our top floor, where the servants used to stay.
What are you morons up to? Better be making me some milkshake.
Oh, hi, Joe. This is my friend Alan.
Better have left me some milkshake.
Or what?
Or I'll annihilate both of you, and I don't have to remind you to stay away from my car.
You get what's left over in the mug. There's plenty there. Joe the homo.
Thanks, Four Eyes. You've avoided annihilation, for now. So where do you live, Alan?
My dad owns the old Franklin Hotel down by the railroad station. We live upstairs.
Cool, man. I hear that place is haunted. Supposed to be some loot buried around the place somewhere, too.
We've only been there a year and not seen any ghosts, but we're not allowed to snoop around the place.
Then you guys have to change that. Well, I'm gonna make like an orange and peel. See you morons.
Let's go out on the back porch and finish our shakes.
So what's down in the woods, Ian? Have you done much exploring?
I haven't explored too much yet. There are a few paths that go down through the bush and end up at the creek. I've gone as far as the train trestle on my own.
The creek is more like a river, right?
Yeah, it can be pretty fast in places and is part of the hydro system back up the creek. My folks have warned me not to fall in. Says there's a monster snapping turtle also down there named Walter. Otherwise, it's pretty deserted down there. It's all hydro property and no trespassing, but we can sneak in. They come through once in a while, so you got to stay out of sight.
Anything else down there?
I think there are a few bums that live in the woods, but they come and go. A little way back up the creek is the train trestle. It's supposed to be fun to climb, but you gotta really watch out for trains and track inspectors. But the most dangerous thing down there is the Trestle Rats gang.
I've heard of them. The Greaser Gang, right?
Yeah, they're supposed to have some hideout up in the trestle rafters.
So let's do some exploring today.
Sure, soon as we finish our milkshakes and clean up.
Where's your mom and dad?
It's Saturday, so they're at the golf club.
Oh, this is great, Ian. All this open forest.
Yeah, because it's all hydro property, there's pretty much no one down here. Lots to explore.
We could build a fort or something.
Sure.
Oh shit, a snake.
Don't be a chicken. It's just a garter snake. They're pretty harmless. See? Want to hold him?
Nah, no thanks.
Well, there's the train trestle.
Cool, but oh, look at that sign. Do we go further?
Sure, what the heck. We have just as much right to trespass as they do.
Onto the trestle!
We're going to climb up the girders to a platform area just below the tracks.
Okay, but look, another sign.
I know. It means trespassers will be violated. So let's speed up. Uh-oh, we got company. Look down below.
Vinny and the Trestle Rats. Oh shit.
Hey, you creeps! You guys are dead meat! This is Trestle Rat's territory!
You heard the Vinny. Now get down for a good licking, and don't make us climb after use, 'cause it'll be a full beat down then.
I'm to get the heck out of here, Alan.
Gotta go up on the tracks.
You sure?
Ain't going down to face the goons. Let's go. Here they come.
You're dead meat now. Let's go, boys. Up we go. Let's get them.
Don't have to bother Vinny. Train coming. That'll get 'em. Poor suckers.
Oh shit, Fraser. Train coming. We gotta boot it.
Jump in, Jehoshaphat. We got runners on the 12-mile trestle dead ahead. Brake hard, Sparky. Brake hard.
We gotta jump, Fraser.
But I can't swim very well.
Better to drown than get smacked by a train. I'm pushing you over. I'm right behind.
They ain't gonna make it. Jump, you idiots. Jump.
You okay, Ian?
Yeah, I'm okay, but Jesus, that was close. We almost got killed by the trestle rats and then the train.
Yeah, that was fun.
A little crazy, but yeah, that was fun. Let's head back to my place. Want to stay overnight? I know my mom won't mind.
Yeah, sure.
Ready for another milkshake?
You bet. Oh shit. I'm guessing that's Walter the Giant Snapper. Let's go. Hey, cool room, Ian, and thanks for lending me the dry clothes. And hey, is that the Mad Magazine 10th anniversary issue? It's not even in the stores yet.
Yeah, we have a subscription, so we get it a little earlier.
Cool, Daddy-O. My mom tells us not to read comics, says they're dernechi, which means stupid in Ukrainian.
Your mom seems kind of strict, so what did she say? You going to be able to stay over tonight?
I know she means well. Wants me to grow up to be a doctor or a lawyer and not be a bum. It took some persuading, and your mom had to get on the phone, but she said okay. I was a little surprised. Your mom is pretty cool, didn't even ask me why I was wearing your stuff. I think the real reason for her hesitating is that we always go to church on Sunday mornings. Usually to St. Mary's, a couple doors down from the hotel, but sometimes we go to the Orthodox church the other side of town. Now, my only problem is I'll need to go to confession and tell the priest I missed church on Sunday.
What the heck is confession? Is that a place or something?
No, numbnuts. You don't know about confession?
Nope. Technically, we're Anglican and go to St. George's downtown once in a while. Usually Christmas and Easter, and if my grandma is in town. We don't have confession.
Well, in the Catholic Church, we are taught about sinning based on what it says to do and not do in the Bible. The 10 Commandments stuff.
You guys have nuns, right?
Yeah. I used to go every Saturday morning for catechism classes, and the nuns taught us all the rules. Boy, were they strict.
Okay, so kind of like Sunday school. At St. George's, all the kids go in the middle of the church service. I think the parents love that part of it.
Yeah, I always thought that was a good idea. Get both over with at the same time.
Church is so boring. Seems they're always telling us how bad we are.
That's where confession comes in. You can do all these sins and then go to the priest and confess your sins, do a penance, then God forgives all your sins.
Just like that?
Yup, then and there, on the spot.
Sounds like a good deal when you think about it.
Yeah. But it's kind of embarrassing because everyone in church sees you going to the confession booth, and I know they are wondering what your sins are. And I am pretty sure the priest can see you through the little screen door and see who's on the other side.
So missing church on Sunday is a sin?
Yeah, actually a mortal sin.
There's different kinds?
Yeah. There's detailed lists. There are venial sins, sins like swearing or telling little lies. Then there's mortal sins, things you might do or say that are deliberately turning away from God's teaching, basically the 10 Commandments.
So what happens if you have mortal sins?
You go straight to hell if you die, forever and ever.
Jesus! And what did the nun say hell is like?
Pretty gruesome place, full of fire. You pretty much burn all the time.
Joe said you stand in shit up to your neck all day. And on real bad days, the devil comes by in his motorboat.
Who the hell knows? I think their story's made up to scare the crap out of kids and adults, too. So you stay in line.
So deliberately missing church is a mortal sin? Like tomorrow?
Yeah, I guess so. Doesn't seem like such a big deal, but it's right up there with killing someone or being a witch or a mason.
That's pretty nuts. Hey, my dad's a mason. I thought it was some men's club, but I guess there's more to it. Sounds pretty confusing to me because the original Masons were knights with King Richard from England who traveled to Jerusalem to free the Holy Land. Didn't really work out, but they found the Holy Grail, then hid it along with lots of treasure.
Yeah, and while they were away from England, Robin Hood kinda took over and robbed from the rich and gave to the poor.
Gotta ask my dad about the Holy Grail thing and hidden treasure.
Yeah, hidden treasure.
So what about the missing church thing?
I actually don't think my folks take it that literally. I'll have to go to confession, though, and confess my mortal sin.
So problem solved then.
Yeah, as long as I don't die before next Sunday.
Ian, Alan, come down for dinner.
Hey, that's cool. Was that your mom?
Yeah, it was part of the servants' communication setup. But before we go, gotta show you something. Check this out.
Holy shit!
I got it out of one of Joe's hidden magazines. He doesn't know I found his stash. Would you look at those boobs?
I think Mrs. Marchetti's look like that.
Oh, hi, boys. Joe is making grilled cheese sandwiches for your dinner.
No, I'm not. These morons can get their own.
Now, Joe.
Just partly kidding, Mom. I am making extra for the dimwits, but they are still little morons.
Now, your father and I are going out to the club for the evening. Clean up after your dinner and in bed by 11 o'clock. Joe, you're in charge. We should be home a little after midnight. Jim, come in and meet Alan, Ian's new friend.
Hello there, Alan. And where do you live?
My dad owns the old Franklin Hotel, and we live upstairs.
The old hotel, you say? I've heard some interesting stories about that place.
Just seems like an old hotel to me. Ian said you are a mason. What is that exactly?
Just a men's business club, really. Well, gotta go. We'll be late for dinner.
Okay, boys. Clean up after yourselves and be in bed by 11. Joe's in charge.
Okay, Mom. Good night.
Night, Mom. All right, you idiots. Now listen. I'm going out to meet some friends at Schaefer's malt shop. Don't burn the house down. And if they ask, I was watching TV all evening.
Sure, Joe. You're such a snake. We're pretty tired from playing down in the woods, so we're probably going to play some Monopoly and go to bed.
Playing in the woods, eh? You guys were in the creek, weren't you? What you do, fall in?
Well, Alan actually pushed me in.
Okay, time for me to get the goings. I'll be home before Mom and Dad get back. And don't go snooping in my room. There's a snake loose somewhere in there.
BS. You're the only snake around here, Joe the Mo. Okay, let's mow down on our grilled cheeses. Clean up and head upstairs. I'm pretty tired.
Yeah, me too. We're okay being home alone then. Cool.
Yeah, this is even better. I found where Joe hides all his Playboy magazines. Your eyes are going to pop out.
Wow, real waffles for breakfast, and with tons of real maple syrup. Never knew you could make waffles like this at home.
You can't. My dad bought a real restaurant waffle iron from a restaurant supply company. He likes doing stuff like that, like the milkshake maker. He makes them every Sunday morning before he goes golfing. It's kind of our Sunday morning tradition. If we're not up in time, he leaves them for us, and they can just go in the toaster to heat up. Good idea for a business, I'd say.
Sure beats my Sunday morning church communion bread. I even have to fast before I get that.
Yeah, but then you get to go to heaven. What do you want to do after breakfast?
Let's explore the woods some more.
Sure, let's head down the bush, away from the train trestle today. There's lots to explore down there.
This part of the bush sure is dense. Anything to be afraid of down here?
Not really. There's a pack of coyotes that come through sometimes, but they are most interested in family pets. The hydro people drive through once in a while on that old road by the creek, but it's easy to hear them coming and lots of places to hide till they pass by.
May sound a little weird, but I feel like we're being watched.
We are, dummy. The animals down here sure know we're here, but they all just pretty much take off. They know to be afraid of two-legged creatures. You're just being chicken. But.
I hear there are bums that live in the woods down here.
I've come across piles of old clothes and stuff before, but I think they come and go. Never actually seen anyone.
Seems like a pretty easy place to hide out.
Yeah, I heard in the War of 1812, there were a lot of soldiers in this area coming and going.
Which war was that one? I seem to remember something from history class.
Oh, that's a big one for Canadians. Back then, 3 countries were competing to control as much of Canada as possible. The French, the British, and the Americans, as well as many of the native Indian tribes that were taking sides too.
So we might find arrowheads and stuff?
Yep.
Maybe dead bodies?
Sure, lots.
Maybe hideouts and tunnels?
Maybe. Look at my house. We've got secret stairways. We've got an old well in our backyard too that's sealed off now, but it may really be an old tunnel.
This little gully is ending up ahead.
Yeah, dead end here. Time to climb up and out of this little crevice. Hey, look, another garter snake. I'm going to follow it under these bushes and then teach you how to hold them. It really impresses girls. Holy shit, Alan. Come through the bushes and see what I found.
Wow. Looks like a hidden old iron door to a bunker or something.
Holy shit, maybe it's a tomb.
Looks more like a hideout. Shh. Someone's out there. I told you I felt like we were being watched.
Looks like you're cornered, boys. Do you think curiosity killed the cat?
We're sorry for trespassing. We live close by and wandered onto the hydroland.
I'm not from the hydro company or the railroad. I too am a trespasser.
Who are you then?
My name's Stockwood, but you can call me the professor. What have you found here?
We're not sure. Some kind of bunker from the wartime, I guess.
Not a bad guess. Looks like we got company.
You sure they went down this way, Vinny?
Yeah, Blakey, I'm sure.
Only thing I'm sure of is Whitey's mother gives great suck jobs.
Shut your face, fat stuff, or you'll be munching on my knuckle sandwich.
Only reason I ever get fat is that every time I have sex with your mom, she gives me peanut butter sandwiches.
Keep that up, and I'm gonna make like an eraser and rub you out.
All right, you stooges, knock it off. Now where'd they go? And keep it down. We're not the only ones who might be looking for the old bunker. What you think, Fingers? Which way?
Dead ends here. They must have headed up the ridge.
Okay, up the ridge. Let's keep on them. This is a good place to catch up to those punky kids and teach them a lesson. These woods are our territory, and we don't need dopey kids poking around getting in our way of what we're after.
Well, they're gone. The local toughs, I see.
It's the Trestle Rats gang. They're bad news.
More like drugstore greaseballs.
They're a pretty tough gang.
There's difference between acting tough and being strong, and it's much easier to act tough when you're in a gang.
You're still in for a world of pain with these guys. Better to run.
If you're okay with a life of running, I think you boys have some important lessons to learn. Are you open for some advice?
Sure, Professor. I hate bullies. Love to teach guys like that a lesson.
Yeah, me too. We almost got hit by a freight train yesterday being chased by these greaseballs.
Okay then, let's step inside the bunker. I found it myself yesterday. I think some good secrets in there.
Not sure that's such a good idea. What's in there exactly? And we don't even know you.
You're right, and good to be cautious. It's up to you. I'm going in.
Come on, Alan. I think I feel a little safer hiding out here a bit with the professor than out here with the Trestle Rats on our trail.
You got a good point there. Okay, I'm in.
Okay, careful not to disturb the overgrowth. We want this to stay hidden. Now give me a hand with the iron door.
What is this place?
Let me put a little light on that subject. Now have a seat. Settle in, boys. And I'll tell you a story of armies at war, hidden tunnels, pirates, ghost ships, and treasure. First, I've been a history professor for a number of years. My area of specialty is North American history from 1600 to the 1900s. Imagine this vast continent, rich in resources, newly discovered by European countries, hungry to claim the resources of this vast place for themselves. Endless forests of timber, plentiful fish and animals, mountains full of gold and precious metals. Competition, however, among the various countries, primarily France, England, and Spain, was intense.
Yeah, we studied some of this in our history class.
But an additional competitor emerged in the form of the United States when it formed its own republic and declared its independence from England in 1776. That set in motion continued wars for another 100 years among the various groups: the French, the British, and those loyal to Britain, the United States, and the Spanish Mexicans, and of course the original indigenous populations.
Were there really many native Indians here when the white man arrived?
That's a good question, and the answer may surprise you. The ancestors of living Native Americans arrived in North America about 15,000 years ago, likely across a land and ice bridge from Asia. The population figure for indigenous peoples in the Americas before the 1492 voyage of Christopher Columbus was 70 million or more.
Wow.
About 560 tribes inhabited the lands, stretching from Canada's north through to Central America. The largest North American Indian tribes were the Arikara, or Ree, Cherokee, Iroquois, Pawnee, Sioux, Apache, and the Inuit, or what the white man called Eskimo.
Wars and fighting. Why always fighting?
War is always about money, or at least fighting over things that ultimately have to do with food, shelter, and clothing. Usually referred to as natural resources, often in the form of land, fights to control various tracts of territory and claim the resources in that territory. These claims are often staked by private groups, linked to countries that help supply the armies to fight to control the lands.
But these wars, there seems like so much land, so much water, so much in the way of resources. Why is fighting necessary?
That's a good question, but one that introduces the topic of human nature and human behavior. A good topic for another discussion, boys, but I'd like to stick to the history lesson right now because I think it may explain this hideaway and why it's here.
Okay, so on with the history lesson. We have a lot of fighting going on. Was there fighting in this area? I bet this was some secret hideout.
Actually, there was a great deal of fighting in this area, depending on the exact dates.
But why here?
Well, waterways and ships were and still are an essential way of transporting products from one place to the other. Today, 90% of all goods that are moved from one place to another in the world is done so by boat, much like it was 500 years ago.
I heard this 12-mile creek here was part of an old shipping canal.
Exactly. A new canal was built almost 100 years ago, but before that, this creek was part of a strategic waterway system that transported things like furs, timber, coal, and people into the Great Lakes, which could connect eventually to the Atlantic Ocean and back to places like England and France.
I guess that's why the main cross streets in town is known as Shipman's Corners.
So, what about this hideout? Were munitions stored here, or was it just a hideout? And when? What do you think, Professor?
Yeah, and what about treasure? Is that why you're here? Maybe there's some buried here?
As a matter of fact, that's exactly why I am here, boys. Now, I'll tell you the story of possible hidden treasure. You see, all wars are costly and need money and backers to raise an army, build ships, etc. And this area has been involved in several important wars. First was the War of 1812.
The Canadians beat the Americans, right?
Well, sort of. The newly independent states were still fighting British loyalists and seeing how far north into present-day Canada they could extend their control of resources, so they were technically fighting the British, a Canadian militia with the help of certain tribes and even the French in some areas.
Before Canada became independent, right?
That's right. In that fight, the Canadian militia prevailed and even went as far as attacking Washington, D.C., defeating the army there and setting fire to much of it, including the White House.
We whipped the Yanks.
Sure did. Only time another country ever attacked and beat the Americans in their capital city.
So why didn't we take over the states?
It was more of a raid than an actual march of troops to take over, but it helped end that war and draw the line that would be the American-Canadian border.
Okay, where does the treasure come in?
Some of the treasures you can find right here in this forest. Old musket balls, Indian arrowheads, and even the odd grave site.
But what about real treasure?
Yeah, like gold coins.
We have to move ahead another 50 years then. What do you know about the American Civil War?
I thought it was about slavery. The southern states wanted to keep their plantation slaves, and the northern states said it was wrong.
That's part of it. A lot of slaves running away from their southern masters came right through Shipman's Corners in what was called the Underground Railway. There's a memorial to Harriet Tubman right here in town. She was a black woman from the South that helped thousands of slaves escape to Canada.
Maybe this was a hideout then for those slaves.
Possibly, but there's something else. Have you ever heard of the St. Albans raid?
No. Did that happen around here?
Not at all. St. Albans is a small town in Vermont, close to the Canadian border but south of Montreal. About the same distance we are from New York State.
Then what's that got to do with here?
Well, here's the true story. In the American Civil War, the Southern Confederate States had spies and who actively infiltrated into Canada. Their plan was to eventually open another front from the north and attack the northern states, something like when Canada was able to attack Washington, D.C. during the War of 1812.
Wow, sneaky and a good idea. Keep going.
The war was not going well for the South, and they were running out of money. Confederate agent Lieutenant Bennett H. Young devised a strategy to begin raids into the northern U.S., and in particular raid U.S. banks for gold and money to send back to the South. St. Albans, Vermont is only 15 miles south of the Quebec border, and in October of 1864, 21 Confederate cavalrymen, shortly before 3 p.m., staged a daring raid on St. Albans' three banks. They wore their Confederate uniforms and took a total of $250,000 in gold, worth about $4 million today.
Wow, so do you know any of the details?
I do, as a matter of fact. You see, my name is Stockwood Young Rogers. Bennett Young was my great-great-grandfather from my mother's side.
Really? Tell us more.
Okay, now imagine. It's about 2 o'clock on a warm afternoon, October 19th, 1864. 21 mounted Confederate soldiers are gathered in a wood outside St. Albans, finalizing their plans. Lieutenant Bennett Young, the plan's mastermind, holds his men's attention and addresses them.
All right, men, we do the South proud today. We not only open up a northern front against the Yanks, we hit 'em where it hurts, in the pocketbook. This is rightfully our money. It represents only a small fraction of what we give up when they demand we give up our God-given right to organize our economy using indentured service, a time-honored human tradition.
Yeah, my plantation is second generation, and our Negroes know they've never had it so good.
That's right. As we know, many of these poor devils who never made it to our fair southern plantations were sold to African leaders who often used their slave for human sacrifice. Now, my southern brothers, our task is at hand. As we discussed, 4 groups, 3 banks simultaneously at exactly 3 p.m. Surprise will be on our side. These banks, like the entire town, is pretty much unarmed. Eli, your group will storm the sheriff's office as discussed and lock up the 3 constables and then make for the stables and spook their horses away. Then we'll rendezvous at the town square. My group will storm the biggest bank, the Franklin County Bank. Try not to kill anyone, but do not hesitate if you are opposed. We are at war.
This is a raid of the Confederate Army. You'll stay where you are. You'll obey all orders. Mr. Ramsey? Empty the town hall, then burn it.
Yes.
I told you to get out of there, mister.
Open it. Clean it up. 190,000 cash. Kavanaugh, burn it down. We haven't got much time. Someone went after that Yankee cavalry. Sure, Major?
Yes, I'm sure. Keep your men moving.
How about the State Bank?
I'll leave it in my wagon, sir.
No, it's all right. You take over. Put these people outside with the others. Stow that money in Captain Dwyer's wagon. Major, do I use this now? That's what it's for. Mr. Ramsey, tell the men to mount up.
Forward, Sheriff. Ho!
And they got away?
They did. It was so bold, it totally took the small town by surprise, and the local constables were easily overpowered.
And what about the money?
That's where the story gets interesting. The raiders escaped to Canada, all right, but were soon arrested by the Canadian Mounties.
The Mounties, they always get their man.
And the money?
By the time the Mounties caught up with them, they had already stashed most of it. but they were later acquitted because the judge at their trial ruled that because they were uniformed soldiers at war and on American soil, Canada did not have any jurisdiction, and they were released.
You're kidding. And the money?
Well, that's where the story gets fuzzy. The South was losing pretty badly by this time. Now they may still have tried to get the money back, but there's a good chance they decided not to, or for some reason, the mission was aborted.
So what do you think, Professor?
There is evidence that the South had been using Shipman's Corners as a hub for moving in and out of Canada for some time, and their court case was being held in Toronto, where they were released, just 60 miles from here. Nearing the end of the war, the treasure and the raiders were likely staging out of this area. For sure, the money and the raiders never made it back to the South by late 1864. Just where any treasure got to is the stuff of urban legend and family stories passed down. You see, I've been researching this for some time, and I've heard my family's stories firsthand since I was your age.
Wow.
Yeah, my mother often talked about Bennett Young and the possibility of the money, but no one in the family took it very seriously. Too many dead-end leads in the past, and my mom was a bit of a drinker who loved telling stories, so it was often hard to tell whether it was her or the whiskey talking.
Seems to me if there was any real hidden money like that around, it would have been found by now. And what, Professor? You think it's maybe in this old bunker or something?
Well, boys, this ain't no bunker. See that iron door behind me?
Yeah?
It's a doorway to a tunnel. I got it open yesterday and took a look. I didn't get very far. Pretty murky in there and in disrepair, but for sure it goes a long way up the ravine.
Cool, man. To where? So you think the treasure may have been stashed in the tunnel?
One story is that the treasure was stashed in an old hotel near Shipman's Corners. Which one? Who knows?
Hotel? Didn't you say the name of the main bank they robbed in St. Albans was the Franklin Bank?
Yes, the Franklin County Bank. It was the largest.
My parents own the old Franklin Hotel.
The old Franklin? Well, this is getting interesting. You know, I had a good feeling about you boys.
What next then?
Now, my guess is that there is a good chance this tunnel will hook up to your dad's hotel somewhere. Another secret door perhaps down there somewhere. Can you get down into the basement and look for the passageway? I'll share a third of the treasure if we find it there. What say you boys? Partners? Treasure hunters?
Yeah,
treasure hunters. Bagels are amazing. I've never had one before.
My dad makes them every once in a while when he has time. He worked in a Jewish bakery in the old country making bagels.
Where's the old country?
Ukraine, in between Poland and Russia. There's only one problem. My dad's bagels disappear really fast. Try it with cream cheese. You'll lose your mind.
Wow, these might beat my chocolate milkshakes.
I don't know about that. Maybe someday we'll have both together.
Crazy, man. But it's time to get down to business. Remember what we discussed with Stockwood?
Right? The treasure. He thinks the tunnel in the woods connects to my dad's hotel.
Yeah. And he wants us to sneak into the basement and start snooping around looking for clues. Doors that look like the iron door in the hideout. Possible hidden doors. Dead-end walls, loose soil, clues. He thinks there's a chance the treasure may actually be down there somewhere.
Who really knows? I hear adults get pretty crazy when there is a lot of money involved. People get greedy and get double-crossed, even kill people.
Oh well, it's an adventure, and what else are we going to do on a Saturday morning? Especially now that the bagels have all disappeared.
Trick now is to sneak into the hotel basement without being seen. The doorway into the basement is actually inside the hotel big draft room, under the main stairway. We gotta sneak in now before it opens at noon. That's tough because we got this janitor, Crazy Ernie. He's a little simple-minded and usually drinks on the job. He's always skulking around cleaning and getting the place ready to open.
Is the basement door locked?
That's the trick. It's usually open in the morning when Ernie is cleaning because he stores his cleaning stuff down there.
And you've never been down there?
Never.
So what's the plan, Alan, my man?
Ernie is used to seeing me around some mornings. My dad lets me empty out the shuffleboard machine and count the dimes. He always lets me keep some.
That sounds pretty easy then. Just gotta slip downstairs when he's not looking. What could go wrong?
Nothing, except Ernie is a little crazy. He doesn't like other people around when he's cleaning, and he knows I'm not allowed in the basement.
Well, pitter-patter, let's get at her.
23, skidoo.
So what's the game plan again?
We're gonna sneak in through this beer keg delivery hatch. Ernie leaves it unlocked for the usual big Saturday morning delivery. My dad always has special entertainment on Saturdays in the beer hall. The deliveries don't come at any specific time. They could actually be here any minute. Okay, Fraser, this is our big test. We go through this door and we'll officially start our quest as treasure hunters. Are you ready?
I'm all in. Treasure hunters searching for the lost treasure from the St. Albans raid.
I'm still not sure about this Stockwood guy.
The professor? I think he's on the level.
Maybe he knows what he's talking about, but maybe we help him find the lost Confederate gold, and then he locks us in the tunnel. And it's our 2 skeletons someone finds someday. Did you notice the crossbar on the inside metal door in the bunker? Had to be there to keep someone from getting out.
Holy shit. But let's not overthink it, or we'll scare ourselves out of the adventure.
All I'm saying is we're going to have to be careful. I've heard my dad talk about past business deals where people get greedy and change the deal, or like on the Alfred Hitchcock Presents shows, someone is always lying and trying to pull a fast one.
Screw it, let's do it.
Okay, spit and shake. Spit and shake.
And shake. So what's next? After we get through the beer keg door.
We'll be going into a back storage room where the kegs come down the delivery ramp. He's not likely to be there until the beer truck arrives. From there, we want to go out the door that leads into the back of the bar. Ernie's not allowed behind the bar. The bartenders clean it themselves, and my dad doesn't want Ernie near the beer taps. He's a bit of an alcoholic. Ernie leaves the basement door open while he's doing his cleaning, so we gotta be able to stay out of sight and then make a dash for it when he's at the other end of the big draft room. Now comes the tricky part. We're really not going to know where Ernie is when we get in. We'll get into the delivery room, then peek out that door to see where he is. Okay, let's go. Oh shit, there he is, sneaking a beer. Gotta go back out the keg delivery door. Quietly. I don't think he heard us.
Now what?
We need a distraction. Get him to another part of the hotel.
Got any firecrackers?
Of course. Let's go over to the men's room side door entrance. We'll let off the whole pack. Ernie will have to go over and check it out. He really is a dim-wit, you know. As soon as we light these babies, we shoot back to the keg door and just go hell-bent for leather and make for the open basement door. Ready? The basement door is over there to the right. Ah, we made it.
Shit, this is creepy.
Kind of like a dungeon down here. It's pretty dark. You brought your flashlight, right?
Yeah, it's actually Joe's, but I got it. What's all that noise up there?
Oh shit, we cut it too close. It's opening time. That's the Franklin Saturday regulars piling in for the noon show.
Shuffleboard, anyone? Who's gonna take on the rammer?
You're such a mouth rammer, going to take you down, my friend. Can't believe you left medical school to work at the plant and try and beat me at shuffleboard at the Franklin.
Get moving, you guys, before I deck you both. You're cutting into my drinking time. Punchy Galloway coming through. Remember, I was a middleweight contender.
Galloway, you're in a hurry because you want a front row seat. And save me a seat there. I got to get back to my baker's radiator shop by 1. And hey, it's Stormy Noir dancing today. She's a pro all the way from Buffalo. I love her shows. Makes me work harder.
Makes your dick harder, you mean, Baker?
Ah, shut up, Rammer.
Work hard, hardly working. A cat wearing gloves catches no mice.
What the hell are you babbling about, RW? You're the absolute dumbest fuck I know.
Just saying, Britt, doesn't matter if the horse is blind. Sometimes you gotta just ride.
Well said there, RW. Makes total sense to me, Britt, you lame brain. Gotta feed the monkey, you know. If you want to eat the fruit, then you gotta climb the tree. That's all RW is saying. Now let's get playing, so I can take your money. Draw for the hammer.
What the heck is going on up there?
It's the Saturday afternoon stripper show. It really packs the place.
And now, folks, the Franklin Hotel is proud to present, direct from Buffalo, New York, the exotic dance interpretations of Miss Stormy Noir.
Oh shit, Ernie just locked the basement door.
Now what? Jesus, I think we are a little screwed. We can't even make a break for it. And now it's totally dark down here.
Get your flashlight out and start shining it around.
What the hell is that?
That's the coal bin. Heats the boiler that sends all the hot water through the rads in the rooms. The room dead ends down there. Don't see any old iron doors or secret passageways.
Let's take a closer look. Those shelves remind you of anything?
Reminds me we're trapped down here. How about you?
These shelves remind me of the shelves.
The shelves in your kitchen.
Yeah, the one that leads to the secret back stairway in my house.
Do you think?
The hotel and my house were built around the same time, maybe even the same builders. So now we have to find the trip. Something on these shelves, I am guessing.
Holy shit, Fraser, it worked! There's a secret room in there, let's go!
What the hell? It looks a lot like the anteroom in the bunker.
Yeah, I think we found it, Fraser. I'll light the old lantern. Jesus, And there's an old iron door, just like the one in the bunker. It must lead to the tunnel and eventually down to the old bunker.
The treasure can't be far, I bet. Maybe buried just inside the tunnel. That's where I would put it.
Yeah, I bet we're close. Hey, we've done our part. Now we gotta get out of here and come back with Stockwood. He'll know better what to look for next.
I guess. But can we really trust Stockwood? Don't know much about him. I know my dad is pretty cautious in his business dealings. Maybe Stockwood is in with the Trestle rats.
Nah, who'd want to be partners with those numbskulls?
Who'd partner up with a couple of kids? Maybe this Stockwood guy is using us to help get to the treasure, then gets rid of us, down in the old tunnel.
Now you're starting to scare me. Let's just focus on getting out of here for now. Can't go back where we came in. The basement door will be locked until tomorrow morning, when Ernie comes back in to clean. There's an old staircase there in the corner. It must lead up into the old hotel. Let's lock the secret doorway in and head up the stairs. Your flashlight still got some light?
Not much, but let's go. These stairs are pretty gimpy.
I bet no one has been on them for years. I know my folks don't even know they're here. Oh shit, this flashlight is getting dimmer.
Want to hear a joke? I fart, you choke.
Fraser, you pig!
Now where am I going?
Just keep going up.
Hey, it ends up here. Now where the hell are we? I think we are trapped again.
We gotta be on the second floor where the bedrooms are. Maybe look for another hidden doorway or something.
Look, an old rope. This could be a trip to open another doorway into one of the rooms.
Give it a pull. If something opens, I'll take a look and see if I can figure out where we are. Hey, something has opened a crack.
What do you see?
It's one of the guest bedrooms. I hear a shower running. This is a lucky break. On 3, we make a break for it and go hell-bent for leather again. Just like we did downstairs getting into the basement. Ready? 1, 2.
Hey, wait. What if they come out of the shower?
Jesus, Fraser. We can't hesitate. If my dad finds out I've been in a guest room, I'll be so screwed. Okay, on 3 again. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, hello, boys. Where the hell did you come from? Hiding in my room to get a peek at Stormy Noir?
Oh my gosh, Miss Noir, we're so sorry.
We were just...
Hey, you're the owner's son. Bet you got a secret hiding place and you come to peek at all the showgirls, huh? Well, go and tell your daddy you boys going to get some licking.
No, Miss Noir, it's nothing like that at all, honest.
Yeah, a likely story. Now don't go telling me any tall tales. Now look, 'cause you look like nice boys, I'm gonna let you off. If you would have knocked and asked nicely, I might have given you a free look at my great boobs. Now out of here, and don't come back till you're a little older.
Thanks, Miss Noir. And you really got great-looking boobs.
You boys have done a great job. Getting down the hidden back stairway was perfect.
Yeah, it worked out that there was no one staying in that room.
I was kinda hoping Stormy Noir might still be around.
Now, you didn't say anything to anyone, right?
No, just like you said, no one else knows.
Good, good. That's very important.
Now what, Professor?
This should be the easy part.
Why is that? The treasure could be anywhere, maybe back down the tunnel somewhere, buried, anywhere.
My family stories were pretty clear about this part, about a secret room in the basement of the hotel. The problem has always been to get this far.
So it's supposed to be in this room?
Buried somewhere? Still could take a lot of digging to find it. Who knows if it's even still here?
Good points, Ian.
Do you think there's a chance the treasure is not here at all, and someone carried it out the tunnel?
Yeah, then down to the creek and onto a boat, like the original plan.
I think it's time for more sleuthing, boys. Part of being a master treasure hunter. Our next clues are going to be found elsewhere.
Like where, Professor?
The city library.
The library? What's at the library?
Old shipping logs, for one. Perhaps we will find our black swan.
Black swan? What does that mean?
It's a saying that means an unforeseen and consequential event.
And what does that mean, Professor?
Well, long ago it was thought that a black swan did not exist until they were discovered in Australia. So basically we are looking to get lucky, to happen upon a clue in a place where we would not have thought would exist that has a big effect.
Okay, so we are hoping to get lucky.
Hey, I think luck's played an important part in bringing us this far. Now to the library.
You can kind of tell Stockwood's a professor. Seems to think things through and do his research.
Then he must really like libraries. I'm not much for books yet. Librarians seem weird to me, like the head librarian here, old Miss Lewis. She seems to always be staring at me through those Coke bottle glasses. She's gotten upset with me before for popping my gum. When she's mad, she kind of closes her eyes when she's talking to you and her eyelids start fluttering like crazy. Looks like she's going to have a cow. One time to get her goat, I came up to her desk and in a loud voice, I ordered a cheeseburger and a Coke to go.
Really? What did she say?
Well, her eyelids start to flutter and she says to me, "Young man, you are in a library."
Yeah, then what?
Then I look around and I quietly whisper, "Can I please have a cheeseburger and a Coke?"
Ah, that's cool, man. Must have really set her off.
Yeah, everyone started laughing, but to be honest, I think she found the prank funny. I think she half appreciated the quiet voice.
That's funny. I bet she must see a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah. Listen to this one my brother Joe told me. This one time, a chicken walks into the library and hops onto Miss Lewis's desk and goes, "Book, book."
A chicken?
Yeah. Joe said it was a true story.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, keep going.
So Miss Lewis goes and gets the chicken a book. The chicken leaves, but comes back 10 minutes later, returns the book and goes, "Book, book." So she goes and gets the chicken another book. But the chicken comes back again 10 minutes later, returns the book and again goes, "Book, book." She gives the chicken another book, but this time, Old Lady Lewis follows the chicken outside. The chicken goes around the side of the library where the chicken is meeting a frog. Sure enough, the chicken is getting books out for the frog, but the frog looks at the book and goes, "Read it, read it."
That's funny.
Oh, hi, boys. Been waiting long?
Nah. Ian's just been telling library jokes about Old Lady Lewis.
Now, go easy on Miss Lewis. She's actually built up one of the best special research sections of any library around. So what's the joke? Not the chicken and frog one.
Now you know, Professor, the public is not allowed down in the special reference section, and especially children. I want you to know I am bending the rules here for you.
It's really appreciated, Miss Lewis. I know you have a big responsibility here.
Exactly. People just don't appreciate the challenges of being a custodian of knowledge.
Book, book.
An important responsibility, to be sure.
Now don't patronize me, Professor. And we don't need comments from the peanut gallery. You don't think I haven't heard the chicken and frog joke before? Very well. Follow me down to the basement where the special reference area is. I will let you in. As I was saying upstairs, and I feel you should know, the tradition of knowledge custodian dates back to the 3rd century at the Great Library of Alexandria. It was actually built as a temple, dedicated to the Muses, the 9 goddesses of the arts, and catalogued over 400,000 scrolls and employed over 100 scholars who were its curators.
You are indeed a wealth of knowledge, Miss Lewis.
And a guardian of this knowledge, Professor. You know that this glorious Alexandria temple was eventually destroyed. Rulers became suspicious of librarians because they feared the power of their knowledge. First, they persecuted and exiled the librarians, and by 400 AD, Pope Theophilus of Alexandria had the entire temple library destroyed. Very well then, you can have exactly 90 minutes. Professor, you are entirely responsible for the children. Now, what are you looking for?
We're looking for newspapers from around 1860 to 1875, and also shipping manifests from this time period.
Looking for the St. Albans treasure, are you? Well, I can save you the time. It's a fairy tale, a good bedtime story. That loot was spent by the Confederates, simple as that, never was hidden. But I am sure it's fun to play treasure hunter. Amusing these children, are you? Well, at least you're exposing them to the incredible resources of the library. Most children these days are getting fixated on television and radio, the electronic age, you know. So much for the future.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Okay then. The log manifests from the Ramsey Brothers brokers, the largest shipping brokers at that time, are over there on those shelves. The newspapers from that era are in these drawers over there. Very well then. You have 90 minutes. I will be back promptly then.
What an old bird.
She's okay. Not many left that are that conscientious, and most people aren't allowed access down here. She likes scholars, though, and I'm kind of close enough for her. Okay, then. I'm going to look through the shipping manifests, and I want you boys to start looking through the newspapers.
So what are we looking for?
Look for any articles that mention the St. Albans raiders, court proceedings against Lieutenant Bennett H. Young, missing money, that kind of thing. And I'm going to check the shipping logs for ships bound for southern U.S. ports, or anything that looks out of the ordinary. Now let's get going.
Cool. Never thought going to the library could be fun.
See anything yet?
Well, no, and yes. Nothing on the treasure stuff, but here's food price quotes from the Toronto Weekly Mail listing hind quarter of beef at 3.5 to 5 cents a pound, and whole live turkeys for 90 cents. Cool.
I think I've got something.
What is it?
I've got regular entries here from a Russo shipping company, all through 1864, making regular trips from Shipman's Corners to New York City Harbor.
Okay, how does that help us?
But there's an unusual and final entry here on November 13th of 1864, destination, Charleston, South Carolina.
And nothing after that?
Nothing. No further record of shipments by their boat or the Russo shipping company.
I would guess November 13th is getting a little late in the year for long-haul trips down the St. Lawrence and through the northeastern Atlantic. My dad used to have a sailboat until it sunk in a November storm. Never wanted to sail again.
You're right. But these were desperate men, and most desperate times. I am sure they were prepared to pay the shipper well for the risk.
What's the name of the boat in that last entry?
Are you ready? The Black Swan.
You're kidding. Wow. Come on. Let's look up November 1864 newspaper articles. Maybe we'll spot something.
Hurry, Four Eyes Lewis will be back soon.
I've got it. Look at this from November 14th. Black Swan goes down in early winter storm.
All right, treasure hunters, time's up. Time to go. Find anything?
Oh, nothing as usual. More dead ends.
The Black Swan, is it? Is it the ghost ship you seek? Better tread carefully.
Why?
I don't know anything. I'm just an old spinster librarian. There are no facts here, only local legends and lore. The Black Swan was never found. Those are deep, icy waters out there. And when demon early November gales come slashing, they bring death and destruction. People died tragic deaths on that boat. It is a graveyard, not to be tampered with. And there since have been sightings of the Black Swan through the mists on the lake. It is a ghost ship. Now on your way. I cannot say more. I'd say you found all you can find here, and whatever treasure you might be after was lost at sea.
This is great, Ian. Going to your summer cottage on Lake Ontario.
Yeah, it's not too far outside of town, down these deserted country roads.
Sure is hot. Is it much further?
Just a couple miles up the road. Then we turn down a long dirt road. But hey, we got a pool we can jump into. We got a professional trampoline too.
Cool, Daddy-o. I've never been on a trampoline before.
Got to be a little careful at first, till you get the feel of it. And if we're lucky, Joe might have his new girlfriend up. Sexy Susie. Joe said sometimes she goes topless by the pool.
Hey, I think there's a car coming up fast.
Holy shit, we gotta head for the ditch. What the hell was that?
Someone out to get us. You okay?
Yeah, how about you? You okay?
I'm okay. Remind you of anything?
Yeah, getting run off the trestle.
I think it was Vinny and the Trestle rats.
But we're nowhere near their territory. Let's get to our summer cottage before they decide to come back.
Wow, this is great, Ian. And that must be Susie by the pool.
What are you morons doing here?
Alan's here for a sleepover. Mom knows.
Hey, they are kind of cute, Joey. Hi, I'm Susie. Show you my boobs for $1.
Don't encourage these cretins. Come on, baby, let's go for a drive. Later, alligators.
Bye, Susie. We'll get our quarters together. Hey, Ian, this is great.
I think you're ready to go higher. Take some big bounces now.
Holy cow, I can see over the treetops up here. But holy shit, Fraser, I see that car that ran us off the road coming down your cottage lane. But I think it's your mom coming in now.
Can I help you? This is a private road.
Oh, sure, lady. Just looking for an address.
This is Lakeshore Road. There are no addresses, only private laneways. Who are you looking for?
We're looking for the Hooter Hawks. Yeah, that's it. The Hooter Hawks.
Never heard of them.
You should get to know your neighbors. Real nice people.
And you boys should hit the road before I call the cops.
No need for that, lady. Stay cool. We're leaving.
Hooter Hawks, my white ass. Not sure what that was all about. Oh, hello, Alan. Now, boys, give me a hand with these groceries. There's chocolate ice cream in the other bag. You boys ready for a milkshake?
Yeah, Mom. You bet. Great milkshakes. Your mom's the best. She sure seemed to be onto the rats.
Yeah, she's pretty bright. Seems a little scattered sometimes, but she's nobody's fool. Really likes her afternoon gin and tonics, though.
So, what are we going to do about the Trestle rats? Don't think they saw us. And why would they be after us? Way out here.
Something tells me they are after the same thing that Stockwood's after. And I still am not sure about the professor. He may even be working with the rats.
Now you're scaring me, Fraser.
Book, Chicken Allen? But I think there's some connection. The rats aren't too bright, but they're not hanging out in the bush just for kicks, and it would explain why they're so aggressive. They came pretty close again, that day by the bunker too.
And how would they know so much about the treasure if that's what they are after too? I say we meet up with Stockwood again back in town for some more explaining, but we better be on our guard. We got to test him somehow, to see if he can be trusted. And I wonder what really happened down that old tunnel. The night of November the 13th, 1864.
This is risky business, Major Young.
Everything is a risk, Russo. We are at war, and you've benefited from such dealings in the past. No risk, no reward, right?
Running the blockade is not easy. So what's in the chest?
Papers, but otherwise none of your business.
Papers? Somehow I don't think it's just maps.
Like I said, none of your business. Just get it to Charleston. Here's $1,000 now, and you get the balance when the strongbox arrives in Charleston.
Sorry, I think the cargo is more valuable than that. Cash from the St. Albans raids. It's got to be more for this trip. More risk, more reward.
Where is your loyalty, Russo? I thought you were sympathetic with the South.
I'm a privateer. I have no sympathies either way. The South has to up the ante, my friend.
No deal, then. We'll figure another way to get our cargo to the South.
Suit yourself, then. I know you have the money. No false moves, my friends. Relieve them of their pistols.
Why, you double-crosser, my men will hunt you down.
Let us worry about that. We're on our way back to Italy. Enough of your foolish frontier wars. It's all but over for the South anyway. This money was never going to make a difference. It will to us, though. Back in Italy. Now, into the tunnel with you both. I'm sure your smart men will rescue you eventually.
But we'll be trapped. The tunnel door is locked from the other side, and our other men don't know about the tunnel.
Be thankful we don't just shoot you here. Like I said, your smart men will figure out how to find you. Now inside.
To hell with you, Russo. Curses to you and to the Black Swan.
Let's go, men. We don't have time to lose. His men will be looking for Major Bennett soon. And the first place they're going to look is our ship, the Black Swan. We set sail now.
Yes, Captain, but a passage tonight into the lake may be a little tricky. We may hit some weather.
Maybe some chop. Chop is okay. It's only a lake. Nothing compared to the gales we have weathered in the ocean. Now move it. No time to waste.
You sure it was your Trestle Rats gang in that car?
Oh yeah, we're sure. We got a good look at them when they came down the cottage laneway.
After they ran us off the road.
And do you know any of these guys, their names?
Everyone knows the Trestle Rats in our neighborhood. There's Vinny, Fingersmith, Whitey, and Blakey.
Not their gang names. Do you know any of the real names?
I don't think these guys have real names. They're just the Trestle Rats. But for whatever reason, I feel they're on to the treasure.
It seems unlikely. It could be just coincidence.
Stockwood, we gotta say something. We think maybe it's you. We think maybe you're in with the rats.
I guess I can't blame you for some skepticism. Good thing to have in the treasure hunting game.
Yeah, seems you and the gang were close by that first in the woods. And it's a lot of money. Why split it with some kids?
I can't argue with what you said. Not sure what to say, other than you're going to have to trust me. Tell you what, if you want out of our arrangement, then that's fine with me. I'm still going to keep on my search, though. I was just going to tell you about my arrangements through the University Marine Biology Department to do a submersible dive to the wreck.
Sure, give us a minute.
What do you want to do, Fraser? I say we walk. I think he's in with the rats.
I want to stay in. We've come this far and I am willing to chance it. What do you say? Rock, paper, scissors, 2 out of 3? If I win, we stay in. If you win, then we're out.
Sure, rock, paper, scissors.
Well, boys, in or out?
We're in.
Okay, boys, and I respect your caution. A good instinct to have as a treasure hunter.
So what's the deal with looking for the wreck?
Well, that's why we are back here in the research library. I've been doing more digging, and someone, I believe, has already located the spot of the Black Swan wreck.
What?
I just found this document published by the Department of Inland Waterways just 3 years ago. It's titled The Ghost Ships, a research study of Great Lakes shipwrecks of the 1800s. Seems they spent a couple summers with special sonar gear locating wrecks for historical and navigational purposes. The Black Swan is one of the ships on their list. According to this chart, it's here on this map, about a mile offshore.
Hey, this point of land is where our summer cottage is. The wreck of the Black Swan is just a little way off of our cottage.
What are we waiting for? Let's go get it!
It's not quite that easy. We'll need to organize a proper dive with a good dive boat. If we find the chest, we'll need a winch on board to get it to the surface.
Can you do that?
I've got some contacts with the dive club and the archaeology department at the university. It's going to take a few days to set up, and the weather's got to be right.
What if it's not there? Are we sure the treasure even made it onto the Black Swan that night?
That's a good question, but more than likely it did. That's the only thing that makes sense and would explain why the money never made it back to the south. We push on then. Soon we'll have the university diving crew here and we can go down and get a closer look, maybe even recover the chest.
And the Trestle rats? It may be a race to find the treasure. You think they know the location of the wreck? It may explain why they were out on Lakeshore Road that day.
I told you to stay away from those ghost ships. Bad luck to go poking around graveyards.
Says the missing man is a Vincent Russell. It happened 2 days ago. Doesn't give any details, but says his diving partners, a Whitmore Bright, Harold Smith, and Blake Bright, are being questioned. Says Smith surfaced after about an hour's dive, but Russell never appeared and is presumed drowned.
Sounds like Vinny, Whitey, Fingersmith, and Blakey.
A drowned rat.
So they have been after the treasure, and it seems they even had a good idea of where the ship went down. What do you think, Stockwood?
I think this is an important missing piece, and my proof that I've been on the level with you boys. Now listen up. My guess is yes. Our unfortunate Vincent Russell is your gang leader, Vinny, along with the other Trestle rats.
Yeah, sure looks that way.
Now, it said in the manifests that the owner of the Black Swan and the Russo Shipping Company was a Vito Russo, a known privateer during the American Civil War.
What's a privateer?
It's a boat owner who is hired by either side in a war and paid for their services. They have no loyalties, only to themselves. My guess is that Russo double-crossed Bennett and tried to make off with the money. And my further guess is that Russell is an anglicized version of Russo, and our drowned rat, Vincent Russell, is more like Vincenzo Russo, direct descendant of Vito Russo, the Italian Black Swan privateer.
Holy shit, do you think?
Yes, and he would have had his own family stories to go by and has been looking for the treasure too, and would explain him having some idea about the sunken ship's general location.
I have a feeling there may be something to what old Miss Lewis said. Trying to find a treasure on a ghost ship may be going too far.
Yeah, and now there's one more ghost down there.
Let's postpone our dive for now.
Makes sense, especially if the rats are no longer in hot pursuit. So what next?
I think we backtrack a little. Alan, can you get us back into the hotel tunnel entrance area? Maybe we can spot another clue.
Sure. It's a little tricky getting down there, but let's give it a try.
It's time to see what's inside this part of the tunnel, to get behind that old iron door. I brought a crowbar to help us out.
I don't know, Stockwood. I'm a little spooked. This is where the Trestle rats would have no problem. They're pretty tough.
There's a difference between acting tough and being strong, and it's much easier to act tough when you're in a gang.
You're still in for a world of pain with guys like that. Better to run.
If you're okay with a life of running, I think you boys have some important lessons to learn. Are you open for some advice?
Sure, I hate bullies. Love to teach guys like that a lesson.
Okay then, so strength and bravery, where do they come from?
I don't know, I just wish I had it.
Do you boys watch movies?
Yeah, you bet. Especially the scary ones.
Which ones?
King Kong was scary.
The Mummy! That was even scarier.
Yeah, the Mummy.
But why do they scare you? Are they real? Is there really a giant ape running around New York City? Or dead people stalking us?
Probably not. Sure looks real, though.
You see, in your mind, in your imagination, they become like real.
But it seems so real. You get scared.
Let me give you something to ponder. Everything comes from your imagination. This lantern, for example. Where is it?
It's right there in front of us. Obviously, on the table.
No, not really. Out there in front of you, it is only a soup of particles reflecting color and light. You see it first with your eyes. Your eyes transfers the light particle messages to your brain, and your brain, your mind, makes it into a picture. From there, your mind gives it a meaning and description. The description might be old lantern casting off light, but the brain may also add something like The lantern is dangerous and is something to be afraid of because it could be tipped over and cause a fire. Or, the lantern casts a helpful light and can be carried around to illuminate other parts of this dark space. It's something that is good and helpful. With the pictures in your mind, the brain quickly provides a judgment, good or bad, and we can then quickly protect ourselves if need be, to fight or to flee and so on. Does that make sense?
Sort of, I guess.
So you're saying how we interpret the pictures can affect what we are actually seeing?
Yes, that's the gist of it, Ian. Can you imagine other things? Can you imagine things that don't make you afraid of them? Can you imagine things that actually make you stronger or to become very interested in something?
What do you mean?
He means like Miss Margetti's big boobs.
Yeah, that can really get me going.
Now, I'm going to show you how powerful your very own imaginations are, and in turn, how powerful you really are. Far more powerful than a Trestle rats gang. Now, Alan, come and stand in front of me. Now I want you to hold your arm straight out. Now I want you to tell me your name.
My name is Alan.
Is that the truth? Is that a true statement?
Yes!
Now, I'm going to push down on your arm and I want you to resist me as hard as you can and keep your arm straight out as best you can. Pretty strong. It hardly moved. Okay, we're going to try it again. This time, I am going to ask you your name again, but this time, make up a name. Something totally untrue. Okay, tell me your name.
My name is John Hooder Hawk Dooka Dooka Doo.
Okay, John, that's your real name, right?
Yep.
Okay, hold out your arm again and resist me pushing it down with all your might.
Hey, what the heck? I was trying as hard as I could and my arm went down right away, like my strength had been sapped away. How did you do that?
I didn't do anything. You simply changed your thinking. See how powerful your thoughts are. Good and authentic thoughts make you stronger, and thoughts of fear make you weak, and love is stronger than fear. Your body and mind are powerfully connected. As you think, so you are. You become whatever you put your attention on. Your thoughts control every moment of your perception and draw you into your future. You cannot do anything without imagining it first, pictures in your brain that your mind attaches a meaning to.
So, what's this got to do with the Trestle rats and bullies?
Yeah, that's real. Not a mummy movie. It's totally different.
Is it really that different? You see, your mind doesn't differentiate. That's why you get so scared watching a movie.
So it's a mind trick.
You may want to call it that, but it's much more powerful than a trick. It is how all thoughts are processed, and when done properly, it can become a powerful way of thinking. All highly skilled warriors aren't just physically strong and skilled, but their minds are equally trained and disciplined to summon maximum power and focus in critical circumstances. Training your mind to think powerfully, strengthening your thoughts automatically makes you physically stronger, and you've just proved it.
Okay, so how do we apply this, Professor?
It starts with noticing how often the people, and the world around you, want you to be in a state of fear and remain weak, afraid of doing something wrong, afraid of your teacher, afraid of disobeying your parents, and afraid of the Trestle rats, even afraid of a loving God.
Yeah, the priest in church is always so stern-looking, and he's always talking about the devil and how most of us are going to hell.
Yeah, Alan missed church a few weeks ago, and if he died before he confessed his sin to the priest, he would have gone to hell forever.
Now that's what I would call scary stuff.
You bet. Better not think about it too much, right?
In a way, yes, but now start noticing how it's all around you, especially in TV and radio commercials.
Commercials? I think they are mostly fun to watch and listen to.
They're mostly designed to make you afraid of missing out on something if you don't have what's being advertised.
You mean like Bosco?
Yep.
I sort of get it. I sure have been bugging my mom to buy Bosco for me, but we're Ukrainians and my mom doesn't want us to have any fun.
Or she simply understands the game that advertising is trying to play with your mind, to keep you in a state of fear of being not enough unless you have their product.
Okay, so grown-ups want kids to be afraid of making bad choices and keep in line. What's next?
But as I like to say, bad choices make for great stories. Now next, notice how grown-ups are afraid. Afraid of losing a job, for example, a job that they hate doing. Now there's a mind trick.
Yeah, I sure see a lot of that here at my dad's hotel, the Franklin. The General Motors line workers pile in every day, even at noon, and drink their faces off and complain about their job, always talking about their union grievances and going on strike, yet they all go back to work they hate, day in and day out.
The drinking helps keeps them from feeling the pain of their lives lived in a state of fear.
I'm sure not going to end up like that.
That's the real trick then, isn't it? How do you think yourself away from fear? Fear is the great weakener of the mind and keeps people trapped in lives they hate. Just like exercising a muscle and making it stronger, it takes practice to get away from it. The the more you practice being brave in your life by thinking powerful thoughts, the more you do it until it becomes a habit. Once it becomes a habit, without having to consciously think about being brave, you simply become a brave person. And as you have proven, a brave person is a stronger person.
Strong is good.
Okay, boys, time to put strong thoughts into practice.
I get it.
Good, Ian. Time to see what's behind the iron door and into the tunnel. Ian, ready to lead the way?
Well, okay, I guess.
Not chicken, are you, Fraser? Just think about Mrs. Marchetti.
And who is Mrs. Marchetti?
Oh, she's just one of our teachers at school. Let's just say she is very attractive.
Okay, boys, I think it's moving. You may have to give me a hand. All right, then. Ian, you're up. Strong thoughts now.
Go ahead, Fraser. Watch out for the mummy.
Knock it off. I'm focusing on something else.
What is it, Fraser? You see a mummy?
No, I see two.
Holy shit, Stockwood, look!
This is gruesome. These two men were trapped down here, and they are wearing remnants of what seem to have been Confederate Army uniforms. And look, one was clutching this note. Let's head back to the anteroom and see if we can piece this together. XX Black Swan.
What's it mean, XX Black Swan?
Have you heard of the Pirates Code?
The Pirates Code? No, what's that?
Honor among thieves and all that. Even bad guys have their rules.
You mean like in the Trestle Rats, when Vinny used to say, "Do what I say or I'll punch you out"?
Sort of. There was a famous pirate named Bartholomew Roberts, Black Bart, who wrote down a detailed code, the Pirates Code, rules pirates had to abide by. An important one was the equal sharing of plunder.
Really? So how does that fit in?
If any crew got double-crossed, the offender is either marooned or shot, usually after Moses' Law was applied.
What's Moses' Law?
40 lashes, less one. These poor devils in the tunnel were likely double-crossed by the Black Swan captain.
So what next, Professor?
I'm going to make a closer inspection of the remains, see if I can find another clue. You boys stay here. Look, boys, another note I found in what was left of a coat pocket. This one is longer. It says,
Fellow patriots, if you are reading this, then we have perished in this tunnel, double-crossed by Rousseau. He has made off with the chest containing all of the national gold certificate notes we came back with from St. Albans, almost $150,000 worth. A terrible loss for the Confederacy. May he die a horrible death and burn in hell. Luckily, the fool was too hasty, and we never had a chance to produce the second chest with the other half of our plunder, the gold coin pieces. This chest is still hidden close by. We trust you can still get it back to Charleston somehow. Godspeed, men. Long live the South.
Another treasure chest.
sounds like their haul was taken, half in gold certificates and half in gold coins.
Gold coins? What kind of gold coins?
Well, in that era, the government was issuing gold coins in $5, $10, and $20 denominations. My guess is they would have made off with the largest denomination, the $20 piece.
That would make for 7,500 coins in that chest.
That's likely good quick math, Ian. Are you a bit of a savant?
Idiot savant. But no matter, there's still 150,000 in treasure that didn't get onto the boat. But where is it?
My guess it's not far, but the arithmetic has to be adjusted. You see, because of the incredible inflation of paper money, gold has increased considerably in value since 1864. The price of gold back then was about $20 an ounce. Today, in 1962, it is well over $1,000 an ounce.
You mean it could be worth a lot more?
Over 50 times more.
And that's not counting its value to a collector. And seeing how they were robbed straight from a bank, they could even have been freshly minted or used only stored on reserve at the bank and never circulated.
So, this last chest could be worth over $7 million today.
Exactly.
So where do we look?
They handed one chest over to Rousseau that night, and the note says that Rousseau was too hasty for them to hand over the second chest.
Maybe still in the anteroom?
But wait a minute. The other soldiers must have known of the hiding place. Wouldn't they just come and get it?
That's a good point, Ian. Chances are when their compatriots went missing, they may have figured out the foul play by Rousseau and assumed both chests went down with the ship. That's a possibility.
Or maybe they figured that Bennett and his partner never made the transfer and made off with both chests.
Nah, he definitely disappeared and we wouldn't have had the family stories passed down. There's also a possibility that the final hiding place for the chests before the transfer was not known by all the men, maybe by only one other. I could see the need for secrecy, even among their own men. Could be something befell the person with that knowledge, and would be another plausible explanation of why the treasure could just disappear.
So we start looking in the anteroom then?
That's a good place to start.
But where? Maybe buried in the stone floor?
Well, if they were going to hand over the second chest to Russo in that aborted exchange, then it would probably be more accessible.
That's true.
A trapdoor, maybe. The old house I live in has secret passageways and false doors.
Yeah, that's how we found this room in the first place. Ian found the trip that got us in.
What's the trip?
It's an object, usually in sight, that looks like it's part of the room, but is actually a lever that trips the passageway door mechanism to open.
Okay, that makes sense.
The one we found in the hotel basement, that got us into the anteroom, was on a shelf. But there are no shelves in this room. What do you think, Ian?
The one leading into our hidden cold cellar in my old mansion is tripped by an old iron pipe. It kind of looks like a water pipe.
Hey, that kind of looks like a water pipe up there along the ceiling.
I can't imagine they would have built this old tunnel space with indoor plumbing. Slide the table over and I'll give it a tug. Something is starting to budge. Do you guys notice anything moving?
Stockwood! A trapdoor is opening!
Alan, get up here. I'll give you a boost. Bring your flashlight and take a look.
Watch out for the mummy!
Damn the dead mummies! It's the treasure I have my mind on. I think it's up here somewhere.
That's the idea, Alan. Strong thoughts?
Hey guys, a chest!
Slide it over. Ian, get over here and we'll hump it down onto the table. And get me the crowbar.
It sure seems heavy enough.
It's the treasure!
Wow, look at that.
We did it, boys.
The gold coins, just like you thought!
Yeah, just like I thought.
What is it, Stockwood? Something wrong?
Boys, I told you treasure hunting is risky business. You know I honestly couldn't have found my relative's gold stash without you. But my kin risked everything for this treasure and ultimately gave his life. It belongs to the Bennett family now.
What? But what about us?
Yeah, what about our deal?
Sorry, boys. That's not how this part goes. It's too perfect.
What the heck do you mean, Stockwood?
I mean, 2 more bodies in the tunnel. That's how this part goes. You can take your chances in there. Now in you go. I'm not fooling around. Be thankful I don't dispatch you first with my crowbar, then toss you in. Now I mean it.
Hey, what's going on in there? Who's behind these old shelves down the basement?
That's Ernie, down the basement, on the other side.
I'll pull the trip rope from this side to open the shelves.
Ernie, help! We're trapped behind the shelves!
Britt, Punchy, it's Alan, the owner's kid. He's in trouble. Let's get in there. Now, what the hell is this all about?
Pretty obvious. This creep is after these boys. Punchy, take him out!
My pleasure. You're going down, you creep.
Oh, sorry, boys. No, nothing is wrong. I am just a little overwhelmed. And not only about finding the treasure, but also discovering the remains of my kin, Bennett Young. Boys? Boys? You listening? Where'd you go? You look a little spooked. What, did you think I was going to double-cross on you or something? That would be pretty bad karma for me. See what happened to the original double-crossers and the Black Swan. The Pirate's Code applies to treasure hunters, too. No, our deal still holds. You're in for a third, and I get to give my great-great-grandfather a final resting place on our family farm. That's worth just as much to me.
Sorry, I guess we did get a little spooked for a minute. Let our imaginations get the better of us.
I guess we are a couple of rich kids.
Sure are. Now let's get going.
Hey, love your new bike, Alan.
And I love your new bike, Ian. But you know, yellow bikes go faster.
We'll see about that.
Hey, let's do bagels and chocolate milkshakes today.
Yeah, sounds great. After we meet Stockwood. He told us to meet him here beside your dad's hotel this Saturday morning. Said he had a surprise for us. Uh-oh, don't look now, but we got company again.
Some rats in the alleyway. Strong thoughts, Fraser.
You got it.
Hey, we heard you've been busy, little boys, following us around, trying to get something we've been after.
Ah, get lost grease balls.
Yeah, take a hike.
Oh, tough guys now, eh? Listen, punks, we know you know something. You've been hanging around that Stockwood guy. Now start talking, or we're going to rub you out.
Like we said, rats, take a hike.
What do we do now, Blakey?
Punky kids. Not sure. If Vinny were here, he'd know. I guess we give him a good beat down and trash their new bikes. There's 3 of us. Let's go.
Oh, look, Ernie. Look, Punchy. There's what's left of the Trestle rats, which includes the 2 Bright brothers. Not so. And not very. And they just said something about a beatdown, Punchy. What do you think?
Yeah, I can handle that. Love to beat up on some rats.
Mr. Galloway, we were just having some fun.
Well, time to hit the road, boys. And if you try bothering these kids again, you'll have the Franklin regulars to answer to. Now get.
Thanks, guys, but I think we had it handled.
Well, standing up to punks like that is how to do it. Well, got to get going. Miss Stormy Noir is on stage soon.
Yeah, let's get going. Want to get a good seat. And hey, drop by the gym sometime, and I'll give you some boxing lessons, boys. Doesn't hurt to pack a punch.
Hey, I like this new bravery thing.
Probably a good idea to take those boxing lessons with Punchy.
Yeah, now where is Stockwood?
Hey, here he comes.
And he's with Mrs. Marchetti.
Oh, hello, boys. Like my surprise? I've always wanted a Morgan sports car. And of course, you know Mrs. Marchetti. You always spoke so nicely about her, I just had to meet her.
Oh, hello, Alan. Hello, Ian. Well, I guess we better get going, Stocky, if we're going to see the Stormy Noir show.
Sure, Marg. Gotta get going, boys. Let's do another adventure sometime.
Wow. Stockwood and Mrs. Marchetti. The professor sure doesn't miss much.
I'll say, he was paying attention all the time.
Bagels and chocolate milkshakes now? After I bought my new bike, I went out and bought my own milkshake machine.
Sounds good. Then let's see if we can sneak a peek at Stormy Noir. I know a secret passageway.
That part didn't really happen, did it, Daddy Al? They didn't really sneak back into the stripper's room?
Yes, I told you, these are just stories I've heard. I wasn't there.
Yes, you were. Alan is you, isn't it, Daddy Al?
And where is your pal Ian now?
Uh-oh, Mom's home. Quick, turn out the light. Gotta pretend we're all asleep.
You should have at least left the light on. Then I might have possibly believed you all fell asleep during story time again. But you're busted. Daddy Al, what have I told you about keeping the kids up too late?
Got carried away. Sorry, Mama Bear. We did finish the whole Trestle Rats treasure adventure story, though. That's a first.
Yeah, the Trestle Rats treasure. It was great.
Well, I know you love the adventures of Alan and Ian. Daddy Al, you should write an Alan and Ian book, or make a movie someday.
Mom, what's a stripper?
And we learned a great new song.
Papa,